Welcome back, beautiful souls, to Bertina's Spiritual Sanctuary, a space where we explore the mystical, the sacred, and the deeply transformative aspects of our spiritual journey. I am Bertina, and I am your host. And today we're going to look at a powerful and deeply healing episode because we are diving into the divine feminine energy. What is it? How it manifests and how we can awaken and embody it in our daily lives is what we are going to look at today. Have you ever felt disconnected from your intuition, your creativity, or your emotions? Do you struggle with allowing yourself to receive love, to rest, or even nurture yourself? Do you feel an inner calling to embrace more flow, healing, and self-love? Now, if you've answered yes to any of these questions, then this episode is for you. The divine feminine is the sacred energy of creation, intuition, and healing, and it exists within all of us, regardless of gender. In this episode, we're going to explore what divine feminine energy truly is and how it balances with divine masculine energy. We're going to look at the ancient wisdom of the divine feminine across cultures, how you can awaken and embody this energy through powerful healing modalities. And then we're going to go through a step-by-step practice and rituals to help you connect with your feminine essence. So I invite you to get comfortable, light a candle, and take a deep breath. Let's step into the realm of the sacred feminine together. The divine feminine is one of the most ancient and sacred energies in the universe. It is the energy of flow, intuition, creation, compassion, and deep spiritual wisdom. Think of the ocean, the moon, and the cycles of nature. They do not rush, they do not force, they simply exist, flow, and transform. That is the divine feminine. The divine feminine energy is the sacred, intuitive, and nurturing force that exists in everyone, regardless of gender. It's a powerful and transformative energy that allows us to connect with our inner wisdom, our creativity, our emotions, and the natural cycles of life. Many of us have been conditioned to value only action, logic, and productivity, which are the aspects of the divine masculine, while ignoring or suppressing the softer, more intuitive aspects of ourselves. However, true balance comes from embracing both energies. So let's explore each trait of divine feminine energy in depth with real life examples and ways to embody them in your daily life. So the first one, we all have intuition and we all have inner knowing. Trusting your gut feelings and inner guidance is very important. Making decisions based on wisdom and not just logic is part of the divine feminine energy. Being open and aware to synchronicities, to signs and messages from the universe. Think about this. Have you ever had a strong gut feeling about something, whether it's a person, a situation, or an opportunity? Maybe you felt an unexplained pull towards a decision or sense that something just wasn't right. That is your divine feminine intuition at work. Now, how do you embody this energy on a daily basis? Meditation. Sit in silence for like 5 or 10 minutes each day and tune into your heart and your gut feelings. See what your soul or the universe has to tell you. You can practice automatic writing by asking yourself a question, then write freely without overthinking. Let your inner wisdom flow through your words. You can also do my favorite thing, which is work with oracle or tarot cards. These are tools that just strengthen your intuitive thinking, and it helps you trust your inner voice more. But one of the most fun things that most people, most women enjoy is embracing your creativity, but not just creating something, but using it as a healing and a self-discovery tool. Getting to know who you are, doing creative things such as creating a vision board or drawing or dancing. You can allow yourself flow and inspiration to guide you instead of forcing outcomes. It is really hard because we want to know what needs to be done now. We want to know where our life is going. We want to know everything right now. And to sit and just allow things to happen is so opposite of what we're used to. We are so used to the divine masculine saying, action, action, it has to be done now, it has to be done now. But living with flow and inspiration is really, really important for the divine feminine. And it's something I have to work on daily. Think about the times when you've lost track of doing something creative. Maybe you were like painting or journaling or dancing, gardening, doing anything. That flow state is divine feminine energy expressing itself through you. So, dancing freely, just moving, creating a vision board, creating a ritual with no expectations or no judgments, and just allow yourself to be free. Another aspect of the divine feminine is emotional flow and vulnerability. Allowing your emotions to rise, to express them, and then be healed instead of suppressing them is really, really important. Embracing vulnerability as a strength rather than a weakness is really hard because we are taught to sit down, be quiet, don't cry, and suppress how we feel, what we think. But if we really want to feel deeply connected to ourselves and to other people, we have to be able to express our emotions. In many cultures, as I said, people are taught to suppress emotions, especially sadness or grief, or being oversensitive. But the divine feminine teaches us a lot that emotions are sacred messages. They're sacred messages from our soul. And when we ignore or bottle them up, they can manifest or come out as stress, anxiety, or even physical illness. Now, how can we help embody this energy and help ourselves go forward? It's simple. Do a daily emotional check in. Each day, just ask yourself, how do I feel right now? Write down your emotions without judgment. Creating a sacred crying ritual. And I know this sounds weird, but if you feel heavy emotions, allow yourself to cry without guilt. Play soothing music, light a candle, and let your emotions release. You can also track your emotions based upon the moon shifts, the phases of the moon. When you moon journal, many people realize about how more sensitive they are around the full moon, and they use that time for emotional release. A fourth aspect of the divine feminine is nurturing and compassion, offering love, care, and support, not just to others, but especially to ourselves. Embracing the power of gentleness, empathy, and patience, and creating sacred spaces of love and warmth in your relationship and in your home. Think of a time when you comforted a friend, cared for a child, helped an animal, or showed kindness to a stranger. That's the divine feminine energy of nurturing and compassion and action. But what we forget is we must nurture ourselves first. We can do this through self-love rituals, taking time for baths, skincare, meditation, or simply resting without guilt. Creating a nurturing space, light candles, decorate with soft colors, and surround yourself with things that bring peace. Practice loving kindness meditation. Close your eyes and send thoughts of love to yourself, then to your loved ones, and then to the world. And don't forget, we need to connect to nature and cycles. We are deeply connected to the rhythms of nature. We need to honor the seasonal, the lunar, and the energetic cycles in life. Learn to reflect, rest, and renew just like nature does. Have you ever felt more energized in the spring and more introspective in the winter? That's because we are cyclic beings, just like nature. Many of us ignore our natural cycles because of society's constant demand for productivity. But the divine feminine reminds us that rest is just as important as action. Take time to sync with the moon. Track how your energy shifts during the new moon, the full moon, and all in between. Honor the seasons. In spring and summer, focus on growth. In fall and winter, allow time for reflection and rest. Spend time in nature. Take walks. Go walking barefoot if you can. Meditate outside, sit under a tree, or just simply believe. Now, we've talked about the divine feminine, and let's kind of begin to compare, in a positive way, the divine masculine energy with us. How does this differ between each other? And we need both. We have both within us. And there's time when each is needed. And I'll give you some examples afterwards. The divine feminine is intuitive and receptive, while the divine masculine is logical and analytical. The feminine is flowing and flexible, and the masculine is structured and goal oriented. The feminine is nurturing and compassionate, and the masculine is protective and action driven. The feminine is cyclical and transformative, and the masculine is linear and focused. The feminine focuses on inner reflection, and the masculine focuses on outer expression. Now, what we want is for it to be in balance. So let's think. When you start a creative project, that's the divine feminine. But you also need planning and execution to bring it to completion, and that's the divine masculine. If you're too much in your divine masculine, you may feel burnout, disconnected from emotions, and overworked. If you're too much in your feminine, you may feel stuck, unfocused, or passive in making decisions. So take out your journal and think about this. Where do you feel unbalanced? Do you need more feminine energy, flow, self-love, and rest? Or do you need more masculine energy, focus, action, or discipline? The world needs more divine feminine energy. The world has been running on the imbalance of masculine energy for centuries. We value action over intuition, productivity over rest, and power over compassion. But now we're in a time of great awakening where more people are being called to reconnect with the divine feminine. If you feel drawn to this energy, it's because you are part of the collective healing process. Embracing the divine feminine within you allows you to live a life of flow, authenticity, and deep spiritual connection. So take a few moments and take out your journal again and think about which trait of the divine feminine do you feel most called to embrace? Now, journaling is a powerful way to awaken and embody your divine feminine energy. I have a few prompts that I'm going to share with you that will help you reflect, heal, and reconnect with your intuition, your creativity, your emotions, and sacred cycles. Now, if you want to stop this for a moment and create kind of a sacred space for journaling, you can do that. Light a candle, play some soft music, make a cup of tea or coffee, and allow yourself to write freely without judgment. Let's look at intuition and inner knowing. When was the last time I trusted my intuition and what happened? Have I ever ignored a gut feeling and later regretted it? How do I currently listen to my inner wisdom? And how can I strengthen my connection to it? Now you can stop this each time and journal on each one of them. Think about what creative activities make you feel the most alive and joyful, and what is stopping me from fully expressing myself now. What feelings do I suppress, and how do I currently handle emotional pain? How do I show love, and how do I receive love? How do I feel in different phases of the moon? And finally, I want you to think about, what messages about femininity did you receive growing up? Have you ever felt ashamed about your emotions or sensuality or intuition? And where did this come from? Now, if you would like more of these journal prompts, you can email me at bertina@bertina.org. That's BERTENA at BERTENA.org. And I will send you some journaling prompts for the divine feminine. I would love for you to integrate this divine feminine wisdom by choosing a journal prompt each day and free write without overthinking. Light a beautiful candle, again, play soft music, and just let your voice flow. When you finish, sit in silent meditation for a few minutes and let the answers settle into your heart. Also, think about joining a sisterhood or spiritual group. For my students, I am doing a 4 Sunday sisterhood at Cosmic Connections at 6 p.m. in Nashville, Tennessee. Email me if you would like to know more about it. But find a group near you where you can discuss, heal, and celebrate your sacred feminine journey. Work with goddess energy. Research goddesses like Isis, Kuan Yin, Freya, Lakshmi, Aphrodite, and connect with different aspects of feminine power. I am going to be starting a monthly membership where we will be looking at goddesses throughout time. We'll be doing a goddess a month, meditations, and activities. You can set up like a small altar with flowers or candles and sacred objects that represent the divine feminine. But just remember, the more that you connect with the divine feminine, the more you will step into a life of flow, intuition, and deep inner wisdom. Your sacred energy is already within you. It's just waiting to be awakened and embraced and celebrated. Take these journal prompts and work with them each day. Next time, I'm going to talk to you about some of the some of the goddesses that show up across cultures, and then different ways of healing through the divine feminine. What I would like for you to do is to take some time and connect with your divine feminine. Let me know how you're doing in the comments. And then subscribe and share with another female who you feel needs to connect with their divine feminine, and begin to grow your tribe from there. Again, just reach out to me via the comments or via my social media, Bertina11, on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, and Blue Sky and Threads, I think. And let me know if there's anything else that you have a question about or any direction that you need, because I'm always here to help. But for now, good night. And I wish you a magical, spiritual, restful evening.